Everyone is unique in their own way, but certain people have made the world wonder if they possess some kind of superpower, a divine curse, or simply exist on a different plane of reality. From jaw-dropping physical appearances that defy biology to unbelievable talents and lifestyles that challenge the very definition of normal, these 10 Asian women have totally redefined what it means to stand out. 10. Tsunaida.
Hi there, it's me, Sunina, and I'm so excited to be here today.
In a world saturated with manufactured beauty standards, where models are often chosen for their symmetrical, familiar features, one woman's face shattered the mold so completely that the internet questioned if she was even real. Meet Sunina, a Tibetan Nepali model whose otherworldly appearance has earned her the title of the Human Avatar. Discovered by a modeling scout on the street, her unique features, a square jawline, piercing, widely set eyes, full lips, and distinctive moles scattered across her nose and cheeks, are so striking that her early photos went viral, with millions convinced she was a CGI creation from a sci-fi blockbuster. Born in Tibet and raised in Nepal before moving to the UK, Sunina never considered herself beautiful by conventional standards. She was just a young woman with a unique face, one that combined features from different ethnicities in an electrifying way. But the fashion world saw something else, a living work of art. Her look is so rare that it doesn't fit into any pre-existing category. She has walked the runway at London Fashion Week for major designers like Burberry and has been featured in high fashion magazines. Every single photo shoot an exploration of her captivating strangeness. Her most expensive asset isn't a mansion or a supercar, it's her face itself, an inimitable brand that has made her a muse for avant-garde artists and designers. But her weirdest feature, the one that truly seals her otherworldly look, is her nose. Unlike almost any other model, the bridge of her nose is incredibly wide and flat, almost like a lion's, a genetic quirk that gives her a fierce, unforgettable, and powerful presence. She has proven that strangeness isn't a flaw, it's a superpower. But while Sunina's strangeness is a gift of genetic, our next woman's is a conscious choice of extreme dedication that has entangled her entire life. 9. Ren Kambe. In the hyper-modern, fast-paced metropolis of Tokyo, one woman stands as a stunning anomaly, a figure who seems to have walked straight out of a fairy tale. Meet Ren Kambe, Japan's real-life Rapunzel, a dancer and model whose glorious black hair flows behind her like a river of silk. For over 17 years, Ren has not cut her hair, allowing it to grow to a staggering length of over 6 feet and 3 inches, longer than she is tall. Her hair is so long that she has to tie it up in a massive, elaborate bun just to walk around without it dragging on the floor. Ren's journey began as an act of rebellion. As a child, she was on a competitive soccer team and was always forced to keep her hair short. Once she quit, she decided to let it grow as a symbol of her newfound freedom and femininity. But over the years, it became something much deeper. A devout Buddhist, Ren now views her hair as a sacred part of her identity, a living antenna that connects her to the spiritual world. She believes her beautiful, natural black hair is a weapon of expression, showcasing the beauty of Asian women. Her maintenance routine is an extreme feat of dedication. Washing the massive mane is a multi-hour ordeal that involves a special blend of herbal creams and scalp treatments she makes herself. The weirdest part of her routine is how she sleeps. She has to carefully pile her hair on one side of her bed so she doesn't crush it or get tangled in it overnight. Her most expensive possession is her collection of hundreds of custom-made, oversized hair ties, clips, and silk scarves, the only accessories strong and large enough to contain her legendary locks. Ren Kambe turned her hair into a living sculpture, but our next subject turned her entire life into a bizarre and hilarious work of art. 8. Kimiko Nishimoto.
友達から誘われて72歳から写真を始めました。
At an age when most people are settling into a quiet retirement, Kimiko Nishimoto picked up a camera for the first time at 72 and decided to become one of the world's most hilariously bizarre photographers. For the past 2 decades, this unassuming Japanese grandmother has been creating surreal, chaotic, and downright strange self-portraits that have made her an international internet sensation and a celebrated artist with solo exhibitions at major galleries. Forget serene landscapes or gentle portraits. Kimiko's art is pure, unadulterated mayhem. In her photos, she stages herself in absurd and often dangerous-looking situations. You might see her dressed as a frog, flattened on the road after being hit by a car, which she is driving, stuffed into a garbage bag and hung out to dry on a clothesline, or flying through the air as a crow. She does all her own stunts, editing and post-production using Photoshop, a skill she learned in a local beginner's class. Her most expensive project was when she decided she wanted to take a photo of herself speeding on a motorized scooter. She bought a brand new scooter, took a single photo of herself comically falling off it, and then never used it again. But her weirdest creation is a series of photos where she places herself inside a giant, transparent, human-sized hamster cage rolling around her garden. She built the cage herself. Her work is a powerful, joyful, and utterly strange reminder that creativity has no age limit and that a sense of humor is the most valuable asset of all. From a woman who creates chaos for fun, we now turn to one who was forced to participate in a bizarre ritual to save her entire village from chaos. Now, quick question. Would you marry a dog if it meant saving your entire town from disaster? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. 7. Mangali Munda.
मेरे गांव के लोग कहते हैं कि बाकी भी मेरी तरह लड़कियां हैं जिन्होंने इस रिवाज को माना है, उनके ऊपर से ये दोष हट चुका है और वो अभी खुशहाल जिंदगी जी रही हैं.
In a remote village in eastern India, a young woman named Mangali Munda was preparing for her wedding. The entire village gathered. There was a feast, music, and a beautifully dressed groom. There was just one strange detail. The groom was a stray dog. In a surreal ceremony, Mangali, then 18, was officially married to a dog named Sheru to fight off a powerful evil curse. Village elders had told Mangali's parents that she was under the influence of a bad omen and that any man she married would be doomed to a sudden and mysterious death. The only way to break the curse, according to the local guru, was for her to first marry a non-human. The stray dog, Sheru, was chosen as the vessel to absorb the evil spell. He was bathed, dressed in tiny wedding attire, and brought to the ceremony in a chauffeur-driven car. Mangali, dressed in a beautiful sari, exchanged vows with the canine in a traditional Hindu ceremony. While she was not happy about the arrangement, she understood it was for the good of her community and her own future. The marriage is not legally binding, and she is free to marry a human man later without a divorce, as the dog is now considered her first husband, who has taken the curse upon himself. The most expensive part of the bizarre affair was the wedding feast itself, which cost her family a fortune and was meant to feed the entire village to properly appease the spirits. The weirdest part is that this is not an isolated incident. The ritual of marrying animals to ward off curses, while rare, still occurs in some deeply traditional parts of India. A marriage to a dog is certainly strange, but it was temporary. Our next woman's unique condition is for life, and it has made her a medical marvel. 6th, Jyoti Amge.
Hello, I'm Jyoti, the shortest woman in the world.
Measuring just 24.7 inches, 62.8 centimeters tall, Jyoti Amge of Nagpur, India, is officially recognized by Guinness World Records as the world's shortest living woman. Her tiny stature is the result of a genetic condition called achondroplasia, a form of dwarfism that meant she stopped growing shortly after her first birthday. In a world built for giants, Jyoti lives as a real-life Thumbelina, where an ordinary house cat is a formidable beast and a normal-sized chair is an insurmountable mountain. But Jyoti has never let her size define her limits. Instead of hiding from the world, she embraced her uniqueness with a fiery spirit. She became a global celebrity, a beloved figure who has traveled the world and met with stars and dignitaries. Her biggest dream was to become an actress, a goal she spectacularly achieved when she was cast in the 4th season of the hit TV show American Horror Story, Freak Show, where she played the character Ma Petite. Living in her world requires extreme customization. The most expensive and intricate parts of her life are her personal belongings. All of her clothes, shoes, and jewelry have to be custom made to fit her doll-like proportions. Her weirdest possession is her collection of miniature furniture, including a tiny bed, tiny chairs, and a tiny desk, which makes her bedroom look like a life-size dollhouse. She even eats off of custom-made tiny plates and uses tiny silverware, as normal utensils are too large and heavy for her to handle. Jyoti's story is a testament to the fact that power and influence are not measured in inches. Jyoti's body makes her a living marvel, but our next subject's condition is so rare it was once believed to be a sign of demonic possession. 5. Supatra Natty Sasuphan. Born with Ambrose syndrome, an extremely rare genetic condition that causes excessive hair growth all over the body, including the face, Supatra Natty Sasuphan of Thailand was once known as the world's hairiest girl. From a young age, she was subjected to cruel taunts and bullying, with other children calling her Wolf Girl and Chewbacca. Her condition is so rare that only about 50 people in recorded history have ever had it. Laser treatments failed to stop the hair growth, leaving her with a permanent thick coat of hair covering her face and body. For years, she endured the stares and the insults, but Natty refused to be broken. With the unwavering support of her family, she chose to embrace her appearance with incredible courage. In 2010, she was officially recognized by Guinness World Records, a moment that she said changed her life, making her popular at school and helping her see her condition as a gift of uniqueness rather than a curse. The weirdest aspect of her life is her daily grooming routine, which is more like that of a long-haired pet than a human. She has to constantly trim the hair around her eyes and mouth simply to be able to see and eat properly. The most expensive part of her life used to be the constant search for treatments, but now she says her most valued possession is her confidence. In a truly heartwarming twist, Natty found love and got married, announcing to the world that she now shaves her face. Her story is a powerful victory over prejudice, proving that true beauty is about the person you are, not the face you show the world. Natty chose to alter her strange appearance for love, but our next subjects chose to undergo extreme and expensive procedures to make themselves identically strange. 4. The Lonsuki sisters. In Japan, where conformity is often prized, identical twins Chie and Chika Yoshikawa decided to pursue a bizarre and extreme form of togetherness. Unsatisfied with the subtle differences in their natural faces, they embarked on a radical journey of plastic surgery, spending over 40 million yen, roughly $270,000, on dozens of procedures to achieve perfect, doll-like identicality. Their goal was not just to look alike, but to erase any trace of individuality from their faces. Their shared obsession began in their early 20s. They felt their faces were not balanced enough. One's eyes were slightly different. The other's nose wasn't perfectly symmetrical. They created a list of every perceived flaw and began a multi-year surgical marathon. They had identical nose jobs, eye lifts, fillers, jawline contouring, and multiple other procedures, often going into surgery at the same time and coordinating their recovery. They meticulously planned every detail to ensure the final result would be mirror images. The weirdest part of their story is their twin sync lifestyle. They live together, wear identical outfits, style their hair identically, and eat the same meals to maintain the same weight. Their most expensive expensive ongoing cost is not surgery, but the constant maintenance, matching Botox, fillers, and other cosmetic treatments to ensure that aging doesn't create new differences between them. They have become celebrities in Japan, documenting their journey on social media, where they present a strange and unsettling image of two people who have spent a fortune to become one. The Lonsuki sisters pursued a strange physical ideal, but our next woman has dedicated her life to a strange belief so powerful it dictates her every move. 3. Chu Ja Lee. In a quiet apartment in Seoul, South Korea, lives a woman who embodies one of the world's most bizarre and persistent urban legends. Chu Ja Lee, a composite name representing a real phenomenon, lives in a state of self-imposed lockdown, governed by the terrifying belief in fan death. This uniquely Korean superstition holds that an electric fan left running overnight in a sealed room will kill the person sleeping there, either by sucking out all the oxygen, causing hypothermia, or creating a mysterious vortex. While scientists have thoroughly debunked this myth, the belief is so deeply ingrained in the culture that millions of Koreans still use fans with automatic timers. But Chu Ja takes it to an unimaginable extreme. Her apartment is a fortress against ventilation. She has sealed her windows shut with industrial-grade caulk and duct tape. She has never owned an electric fan and refuses to visit friends or family who use them. In the sweltering heat of the Korean summer, she chooses to suffer in near unbearable conditions rather than risk a breeze. Her most expensive adaptation is a custom-installed, state-of-the-art, multi-zone central air conditioning system with a complex network of sensors that monitor oxygen levels in every room, a system costing tens of thousands of dollars. The weirdest part of her daily life is her airlock protocol. Before leaving or entering her apartment, she goes through a ritual of opening and closing doors in a specific sequence to ensure that no dangerous drafts can penetrate her home. Her life is a prison built by a superstition, a shocking testament to the power of a strange idea. Chu Ja Lee locked herself away from the world due to a strange fear, but our next woman locked herself away to unleash a strange and beautiful world upon us all. 2nd, Yayoi Kusama. Yayoi Kusama is one of the most famous and successful female artists in the world. Her vibrant, immersive infinity rooms and whimsical polka-dotted pumpkins sell for millions.
Much of her equipment is out in the open, right? It's not packed away in cupboards.
And draw blockbuster crowds globally. But the strangest fact about this artistic genius is that for the past 47 years, she has voluntarily lived in a psychiatric hospital in Tokyo. Kusama has suffered from severe mental health issues since childhood, plagued by terrifying hallucinations where the world around her would be covered in nets, flowers, and endless fields of polka dots. Instead of being consumed by her visions, she began to paint them as a way to cope. Art became her therapy and her salvation. In the 1970s, after a tumultuous career in the New York art scene, she returned to Japan and checked herself into the hospital, which she found to be a safe and stable environment from which to create. Her studio is located just across the street from the hospital, and she walks there every day to paint, returning to her room at the hospital every night. The weirdest aspect of her life is this self-imposed, highly structured routine, a life of extreme discipline that allows her to channel her chaotic inner world into breathtaking art. Her most expensive habit is not a luxury, but a necessity. She uses an incredible amount of paint, especially her signature bright yellow for her pumpkins, ordering pigments in massive industrial-sized quantities. She has transformed her personal torment into a global phenomenon, inviting millions to step inside her beautiful, strange, and polka-dotted mind. Kusama's strangeness created a universe of art, but our final subject's strangeness forced them to create a universe for themselves. 1. Ganga and Jamuna Mondal. In a small village in West Bengal, India, Ganga and Jamuna Mondal were born as ischiopagus conjoined twins, joined at the abdomen and pelvis. They have 4 arms and 3 legs, 2 hearts, 2 kidneys, and 1 liver. Their unique anatomy means they must move in a crab-like scuttle, earning them the nickname the Spider Sisters. Born into a poor family who considered them a sign of God's wrath, they were abandoned as teenagers and forced to find their own way to survive. Their solution was to join a traveling circus. For decades, they made their living as a sideshow attraction, where audiences would pay to stare at their strange body. They endured a life of gawking crowds and constant discomfort, sleeping on a small cot and facing a world that was not built for them. But within this strange life, they found a strange and beautiful normalcy. They learned to coordinate their movements perfectly, sharing a single stomach and a single will. The most expensive aspect of their life is their constant need for custom-made items, especially their single, shared pair of pants and skirts, which require a skilled tailor and a complex design. But the weirdest, most shocking, and ultimately most heartwarming part of their story is their love life. After years of loneliness, they met a kind school teacher named Jasimuddin Ahmad, and all 3 fell in love. For over 7 years, the 3 of them have shared a life together. He provides the love and acceptance they were denied their entire lives. They live as a unique throuple, a testament to the fact that love, like life, can thrive in the most strange and unexpected forms imaginable. These 10 individuals have shown that being unique isn't weird. It's a powerful, challenging, and often beautiful part of the human condition. They prove that what is considered strange is often just something we don't yet understand. If you thought this was strange, wait until you see what real power looks like at the top of Asia's golden thrones. And remember, subscribe before your favorite royal spends another million on a diamond bathtub. Now, get ready to witness the trillionaire life of the richest Asian kings on Earth.